It was a short stay in Cabo San Lucas, but by Friday morning we were ready to leave. The weekend crowd had shown up in full force, further pushing us to catch the weather window to cross the Sea of Cortez over to mainland, where we would rendezvous with Chris's family in Chacala. Although we were sad to be leaving our friends from Kessel behind, we were excited for what was to come, even though the excitement was replaced with sheer terror on the first night of our crossing.
What'd you make?
There's not a name for it, but they're ciabatta rolls, and I broiled some mozzarella on there with some bell peppers, some tomatoes, some arugula and spinach, and balsamic vinegar.
Are you missing Italian food?
Yes.
Despite the forecast showing a 15 to 20 knot northwesterly, the Cape effect from southern Baja was prominent enough to make the wind and swell come at us from the northeast, resulting in a very uncomfortable first day.
SV is out sailing, taking the northwesterly while they can. So we're not the only crazy ones out here today. They're much further north than us. They're about 600 miles north of our beam, but they're also out.
It's definitely pretty bumpy out here, so we just put another reef in the main. We broke off, so now the swell is behind us, so it makes this whole process a lot more comfortable and a little bit safer. And once we get all situated, we're gonna get back on course and head across to Chacala. So it's supposed to get a lot better around 6 a.m. So yeah, we have a while of uncomfortableness before we get comfort again, but you know what? It makes you appreciate the little things. So since it's particularly a rougher passage, we decided that it'd be in our best interest for whoever's on watch to clip in. So my parents will appreciate this safety aspect. We are clipped in, I'm clipped in to the Dodger right now. So if I need to go out to the helm, I'll clip into the helm. If I need to go around deck, we have our jack lines rigged. I shouldn't need to. We're on a pretty good course right now, but if need be, we have the ability to stay safe about it. So that is the current situation. I am on the first watch. Chris just went down, so I have the next 4 hours of this fun time all to myself. We don't have Peter and Olivia on this passage with us, so we don't have anyone to keep us company over the radio, which is kind of a bummer, but I do have some good podcasts queued up, and if all else fails, I have my thoughts. So yeah, let's do this.
We were 40 miles southeast of Cabo when the northwest swell reached 10 to 12 feet, hitting every 6 to 8 seconds, breaking frequently over our beam. The wind was just as sporty as anticipated, but at a much higher speed of 25 knots sustained, with chronic gusts into the mid-30s from behind us. And this is about when shit hit the fan. Our furling line snapped, and it sounded like a gunshot, and now we have full canvas out, and it's blowing like in the 30s sustained. So Chris just grabbed some extra line. He clipped in, went up to the bow to change it out. Hopefully we can get the sail in sooner than later. This is super uncomfy, not fun, very scary. Good morning. It is February 17th. At 7 a.m. and last night was confirmed the worst night passage Chris and I have ever had to date. It was really gnarly. The seas were massive. We lost our furling line, got that situation handled, but after that it was just like Chris said, the seas were the biggest he's ever seen, and they were breaking, which is not what you want. So he was a trooper. He stayed out here all night letting me sleep. Did not anticipate that. So he woke me up at 7 and I was like, oh my god, what time is it? There's sunlight. So he's now down for his well-deserved off watch. And I'm up here where it looks like the seas are following us now, because last night they were at our beam, and it looks like the wind has also mellowed out in our favor. So things are looking up. It's a new day. We're feeling a little bit better about this whole situation. We have our jib sail out and under control now that we're able to refit and furl it back in. So yeah, that's the situation right now. The phosphorescence was so crazy last night in the breaking waves that everything was just white. I would look out the port light every once in a while to check on Chris, and it was just white and glowing. It was crazy. I thought there was boats outside. So just another day at sea. We only had 27 hours to go before we would reach land, and it was finally starting to set in that we were actually going to make it. We had planned this adventure with Chris's family months prior, thinking that we would already be living our best lives in Mexico. But as you know, we had many curveballs thrown our way. Chris only slept for a few hours, confirming it was much rougher downstairs, and instead decided to make breakfast for us.
How's it going?
I'm tired.
Last passage of this magnitude, thank God. We're all ready to chill. Look at it.
We were officially in the tropics, and the weather was behaving accordingly. The sun's rays were strong and hot, inspiring us to shed our layers and sail naked. A dream we had clung onto as a sliver of hope during the storms we weathered in California. It was a long day at sea, and I'm happy to report no sunburns were acquired, just growing grins and the increasing excitement to be with family on the mainland.
Sailing really is the funniest thing in the world. Last night, probably one of the worst nights at sea I've ever had. Didn't want to keep doing it. One of those nights, and tonight we have a blissful 10 to 12 knots right on our beam. Sea state's like down to 2 feet. This is the first night passage ever that I have not been completely bundled up. Right now I have no socks on, no blanket, and just a windbreaker on. And the boat is just moving along at 4.5, 5 knots. Yeah, this is awesome. Stars are gorgeous. Probably some of the brightest phosphorescence in the water I've ever seen. I wish I had a camera that could pull it off, but I don't. Yeah, this is truly awesome. Quite long passage coming from Cabo, but we're doing okay. Stressing out about for like 3 months. I've taken it upon myself to get relaxed. I cleaned the entire cockpit today and Dodger, and I was in a freezer for a beer. Closing in on Chacala, and I just had my numbers wrong. I thought it was going to be sunset at 7 o'clock when it sunsetted at 6. I don't know how I messed that up, but I did. So yeah, we're going to be about an hour after the sun. I mean, it's not going to be completely dark, but it'll be dark. It's a pretty big open roadside acreage, so we might not get our perfect spot tonight. But, so yeah, we'll just have to see. We'll get in there. There are some boats, I know that, because our family's already there. They got in early today. So there's like 3 or 4 boats in the acreage right now. So we just have to play that by ear, because I do want to set 2 hooks, and I just don't know what all the other boats are doing. So, yeah, ideally would have gotten about an hour ago, but is what it is. We are motoring about as fast as humanly possible for our little purpose. So we haven't pushed it this hard since buying the boat.
We reached the anchorage just as darkness fell, and there were a handful of other boats around us, all stern-tied. So we found a good spot to drop our primary hook, then launched Winglet to deploy our stern hook.
The last time you did this was Morro Bay.
I know. Just thought about that.
You getting flashbacks? Good luck. Do you need me to bring the boat around, or will it do it? Okay.
Good morning from Chacala. We made it. We're still pinching ourselves that we literally made it in the nick of time. Chris's family arrived yesterday and we arrived yesterday. So the planning there, I don't know what we did to appease the sailing and planning gods, but we did it. And we're really excited. This is the first time that we have woken up and heard jungle and smelled the warmth of fire and listened to waves crashing on the shore and haven't had like noise pollution. It's such a stark contrast from Cabo where we just were, but this is amazing. We haven't been to shore yet, but just from what I've seen out here this morning, it's beautiful. And Chris and I have to get a little bit of work done because we have to keep this adventure going. So we're gonna get some work done, then we're gonna meet up with the family on shore for a beach day. So it'll be a very happy reunion here in Chacala.
Well, welcome to paradise. I'm white right now, but trust me, in a week, I'm gonna be nice and tan. Man, it is freaking awesome out here. Got in last night pretty late, definitely after the sun went down. We set both hooks in about 15-20 minutes, which really wasn't bad, and that included putting Winglet in the water. We officially have nowhere to be and no plans, so we're just gonna go to the beach now, meet up with the fam, and have a nice lazy day in the water.
To the beach! After everything we had gone through the past few months, we had made it to exactly where we were supposed to be, and would unknowingly make the mainland home for a bit longer than anticipated. But you'll hear all about that next on Sailing Avocet.